welcome back. I'm Misty and this is my channel Skeeter Jones. And here is the rest of that Goodwill blue box that I got, my first one in a year and a half. And to you, this is a week later. To me, I just finished recording the one for February 10th and just hit the record button and started the one for the 17th, which is today when you're watching this, but it's 2 weeks ago in real time when I'm actually recording it. So let's just go jump right in. If you're interested in anything from this video, just email me, skeeterjonesthings@gmail.com, and we will talk about it there. And so yeah, let's just jump right in. You may recall, if you saw last week's video, there were a whole lot of single earrings that I was just putting aside. And then also, we're collecting a ring lot. There were a lot of just little, small little stacker type rings, like little tiny ones that, you know, like about this size. And I was just collecting those to make one little ring lot of all of those. So we'll go through that little lot as well. And if there's not enough pieces here to make 30 items for today's video, then I will find some things to pull in to even it all out and make it 30, because that's how many I like to show per video. So jumping right in, here's a single earring that looks like just some links put together. This looks like someone's little handmade project. Has a beach theme, this big jewel hanging off the end, that's acrylic, and little faux pearls. And all of those, there were a bunch of these in the box, and so I'm just putting all of those into craft lot. Okay, here's a nice little clip earring that will go over here in the pile. That looks suspiciously sterling. Okay, here's one maybe for our little ring lot. Okay, I know we have a mate to this, so good. There were a lot of earrings floating around in here, but as I keep going, I'm finding mates to a good many of them. Okay, that might be a semi-precious stone right there. Okay, I know we have the mate to this one. We saw that in part 1. Okay, here's a little gold toned earring. Let's see if that has a mate. And then I know we have the mate to this one. So I'm really grateful that out of all of the earrings floating around in here, that we're finding a lot of mates, because the last time I got a box, oh, what a pretty dogwood flower. This one's going to go in the ring lot also. This is pretty. That looks like brass, little embossed flower. Maybe a little maker's mark of some kind right there on the back of this screw back. Here's a butterfly. Okay, this is a single. Feels like brass. Maybe artisan made, because the little loop there is not, it doesn't look like it was made in a factory. You know, it's not all uniform and exact. It's sort of wavy right there. Okay, here's the mate to that dogwood. Lots of earrings here, lots of singles, and finding lots of mates, which is good. Okay, that's a single. And I think we had the mate to this one early yesterday, or early last week, I should say. And this is a little Rivoli single. I want to get really quick to some items I can start giving you some prices on. Because I know that's why a lot of people come. Some people come just to watch the unboxings. Some people come because they want to buy some jewelry. Okay, if all the rhinestones are here, this might be our item number 1 today. Let's see. I don't see any missing rhinestones, which is nice. So this is a memory wire bracelet. which when you wear it, it look like a really nice stack. It's like a nice little glitzy stack. And a little adjustability. Since it's memory wire, that's a little forgiving with regard to adjusting to your size. Where it sits right now, about a 7 1/4 to 7 1/2 is the biggest it would go on where it sits now. But of course, you know, it will expand a little. So that's pretty. And you have faux pearls. There's a little wear, like right here. You see this little end bead that you can see the copper showing through on that. And let's see, I didn't look around the rest of it on the inside. Yeah, I see little bits of wear here and there, like right here on this little setting, there's some wear. So actually with that wear, we're not gonna let this be item 1. We're gonna let that go to craft. It's just a little acrylic marbleized ring. And then here's this little pendant, or maybe it's used to be an earring. It's got this punch out of, it looks like stars and moon and little cactuses, or cacti. And there's been so much sterling in this box. If you haven't watched part 1 from last week, the February 10th video, go watch it. I was really surprised. The beginning, yep, that is sterling. The beginning of that video is, I was really kind of setting myself up to be not very impressed. But then as I went, there was just more and more sterling, and I was getting very excited about that. So here are cactuses, a little moon, and some stars on a pendant, and that is sterling. Let's see, this is going to be number 1, and we'll do number 1 for $6 for this pretty sterling pendant with this nighttime sort of Southwest desert theme. Let's see, I know we have the mate to this somewhere. We'll find it later. Let's see, this is interesting. Is this stones? I definitely want to check that out, but I just heard the gem-eye cut off, so I'll have to turn that back on. And we'll look at this while we're waiting. So let's just see what kind of scratch it makes. Okay, no, that's not a sterling scratch. But I do want to know what those stones are. Let's see what this ends up being. It could just be ceramic. Yeah, and it looks like that's what it is. But those are really pretty. I like that color. That's sort of a sherbet orange. Let's bring out Erlene. So that's what that would look like when you wear it. Very, very pretty. I like those. Those are going to be number 2. These little ceramic bead earrings. And we'll just do those for $3. It is another single earring, but I think we've already gotten the match to this somewhere. Some more rings for our ring lot. This one's missing a stone, but I'll still put it in the ring lot. This is an earring part. Little geometric earring that will go in our singles. Here's a ball chain bracelet. Okay, it's a double chain. It's got a maker. Oh, it's fossil. Okay, so we have a fossil bracelet. It's a twisted Rolo link chain with tiny, tiny Rolo links, and then these little round beads and little square beads. And it's just a layered bracelet, branded fossil right here on the lobster clasp and on the hang tag. It's not adjustable. Oh yeah, it is. So the smallest it can go is about a 7, and the largest it can go is about a 7 1/2. They're sort of twisted together like that. So this is number 3. This gorgeous fossil silver tone bracelet with no wear, and I think it's stainless. It has the look that it's stainless steel, which means it's not ever going to show any tone loss. And it's very slow. Stainless is very slow to show any kind of wear. So we'll do the fossil bracelet for $5. Another single earring. I know we got the mate to this one last time around. Okay, something else for the ring lot. And we got another single. Okay, here's a little clotter ring, the little traditional Irish symbol of friendship. And also it shows whether a young lady is single or available, I think, depending on the direction that you wear it. This is a 7.5. That's going to go in our ring lot. This is either a part to something or it's an earring. Okay, it's an earring. Okay, here I have it right on top, the mate to this one. And these are not stamped 925, but they have a look to them that makes me want to test that to make sure. It has a silvery scratch, but it's not brilliant enough to make me think that it's sterling. No, that is not. But it's a good sterling faker. If you like the look of sterling that has a nice patina to it, this definitely has that look, and it's very good at faking that look, although it's not sterling. But those are really pretty, and it is, let's see, almost 1.5 inches long and about just a touch over 1 inch across the widest part. Okay, come here, Earlene. And that's what they look like when you wear them. That's super cute. Look how pretty. And these are going to be number 4. And those will be $2. Okay, these are pretty. I had the mate to it right on top. This is either glass or it could be onyx or something. Let's see, these are Monet. And there's 0 tone loss and very new looking. Wow. Very new looking. Gorgeous costume classic. These look like they could be from the early 90s, I think. This looks like something, I don't know. I'm trying to think of a character that you would have seen wearing this. I don't know, maybe Mrs. Huxtable would have worn these. These are really pretty. I love these. So you have a rose with this drop down, and this is probably glass. Pretty. 0 wear, 0 tone loss. Very classy, very classic, and nice looking. 2 inches long. And number 5. And we're going to do the Monet earrings right here for $7. This gorgeous black, gorgeous gold tone. And I think probably straight out of the 90s, early 90s, maybe late 80s. So these are gorgeous. I was bending that post back into place, and I had the mate just right here next to it. So the setting doesn't have any marks. The prong, actually the post actually does have a mark. Let me look at that off camera. Okay, the mark says SUN 925. So let's confirm that mark. And that's the prong, or I keep calling that a prong. So that's the post. So let's check the setting. as well. That's the post, and the bottom one here is the setting. And yes, that is a good mark. Nothing's more frustrating than a faker of a mark. So let's see what the stone is. Might be CZ, probably CZ. No? Yeah! What? These are white sapphires. Are you kidding me? Look how big those are. What? Oops, hang on a minute. Let me make sure this is reading right. Okay, I'm sticking it on my own diamond. Okay, and it goes straight over the diamond, so it's reading clearly. I can't believe that. These are some huge white sapphires. I mean, like, look how deep the stone is. But we have sterling silver, white sapphires, significantly sized white sapphires. Oh my goodness. These are tremendous. I know, my voice just shook just because I just can't believe I found these. These are enormous. Okay, let's move on. Let me quit like sitting here in disbelief about that and move on and show you other things. So these are little acrylic topaz or faux amber or something. Let's see, local NFSM 1954, and there's a guy playing a grand piano. Maybe it's a union of musicians from 1954. I'll put that into the craft lot. How pretty. Little maple leaves. And this is Monet. Hopefully you get a match to that. This box is so earring heavy, and I think I've mentioned already the last time I got a box that was so earring heavy. Oh, I know we have a mate to this. Here we go. So these are, okay, there's something written on there. The last time I got a box that was so earring heavy, I don't remember if I finished telling you that a while ago in the video. It was just singles, just tons of singles. Okay, this says 12 karat gold filled, and it says something before the 12 karat that I could not make out. So these are definitely vintage. These are 12 karat gold filled. Look at the little detail on the back of the little screw backs. They're not bent or misshapen. There's a little bit of green, but don't worry about that. That's easily removable. Right there is where it has the 12 karat gold filled mark, and then something in front of the 12 karat part of that mark that I could not make out. But these are gorgeous. Definitely vintage, possibly antique. Number 20, not number 20, what am I talking about? Number 6. And these are, wow. I'm going to do these for $10. Okay, here is a little pin with the yin yang. That's going to be craft. And that maybe has some information written on it. Little probably vintage button earring, screw back. I might end up having to have a separate video, like a part 3 to all of this that has just earrings. I found this at the end of the last one, and it said something on there. If it's right here on top, I'm going to go ahead and grab it. Here it is. Okay, so let's see what that says. Okay, so the signature looks like this. which is something that's sold, which is Navajo. That signature is Navajo. Let me see if I can show you. Okay, it's Zuni from the Gasper family. So Zuni, Native American Zuni. First time find for me in a box, in a Goodwill Blue Box. Okay, here we go. So we're looking at sold comps for 80, 90, over 100, around 50. Those are $3.95, but those have turquoise in them. And that would be mine. I have D. Gasper is the name that's on mine. So yeah, quite a find here on these Zuni earrings. These are gorgeous. These are quite a surprise. I'm trying to see if the back has any marking on it. That one doesn't, but the backs are different, so let me look at this one. And this one doesn't either. But there's the signature. It's not on both of them. The signature is on this one. And it's like handwritten, like it was inscribed on there with an engraver. So those are gorgeous. I know I keep picking them up and putting them down. I'm in disbelief at, you know, like first this and then now this. So these I'm probably going to list at about $90 according to the eBay solds for similar things. All the ones that were multiples, like hundreds, those all had stones in them. So these don't have stones. So these are number 7. And I'm going to do those for $45. I'll list those for probably about 80 or 90 if they don't sell here. Okay, what more can there be? This is pretty. So this is a bangle. It has little rhinestones on it and little half flowers. It looks like all of the rhinestones are there. Yeah, it has one little kind of scratch right here. And because of that, I'm going to put it into craft. But that's really the only ding on it, is that one little scratch. These beautiful shades of pink and red. You have 3 different shades, like this burgundy wine, and then this sort of salmon pink, and then the red. It's about a size 8, and it's going to go into craft, not because there's a bunch wrong, but just because I'm trying to put nice things into the craft lot. So this looks like it says Marvella, so hopefully we get a match on that. This hopefully has a mate. That's very 80s. And it has a mark. Oh, that's Monet, and it's very, very 80s. We have a cute little heart. Oh, this is gorgeous. It's missing a stone. And it's, looks like coral. Yes, this is a coral, but it's missing a stone right there. That'll go to craft lot. That's going to go to craft. Little rope. Oh, we have another bigger one. Okay, we have a little rope style earring here. Pretty little art glass with foil in there, dichroic glass. Tons of wear on this one. That'll go to craft. Oh, those don't match. This is a faux pearl, I think. So either one or both of these is faux. And little gold tone here. Tons and tons of singles. Hopefully I find mates to all of them. I don't see a maker on that, but it's pretty. This is just a little ball stud. Okay, the mate to this came up in the last video. Oh, how cute. This little bow, it's a screw back, and it says something. Oh, it says sterling right there. So I really hope we get a mate to that. That is cute. Little heart dangle. All the stones are there. One of them's a little bit dead right here. Oh, we got the mate to this yesterday too. Not yesterday, but earlier. And I think it was, yeah, it's coral as well. So we have the mate to that somewhere. This is gorgeous. I thought it was going to be a shoe clip, but it is not. It is a clip. And I see some puddling in there. Could it be Juliana? Well, we'll definitely have to look that up. It's nice quality style settings. I think we had the mate to this one. We did. Little art glass earrings right here. Okay. Not a super bright scratch, but it looks like it could be. A little bit of blue flakes showing up in that. I'm really loving this box. So these are about just over a 1/2 inch square. Really pretty kind of seafoam color. Actually, as I say that, like a kind of a sea glass type of color. It doesn't have that sort of beat up pitted look of sea glass. So about 1 1/4 inches from the top of the hook to the bottom of the glass, and yeah, just under 3/4 inch square. So those are really pretty. So number 8, a little bit of silver in those hooks. It's pretty art glass that's well done. But we'll do those for $3. Those are really pretty. And that is this one, but I don't see the mate anywhere right here. Quickly available. And this one also, we got the mate to in the last video. This says Yaya. I'll go to craft. And this is pretty. That's acrylic, I think. Yeah, that's acrylic. Okay, so we'll put that right here, see if it has a mate. It looks like just about everything left here is going to be earrings. I don't know, maybe earrings and pendants. We'll see. Okay, here's these little crisscrossed bamboos. And yes, we have these gold tone, and then earlier I had found the silver tone ones right here. And one of the silver tone ones has a ring for our lot attached to it that has a little bee on it. So here we have these little crisscrossed bamboos. We have a gold tone and we have a silver tone. So where's my, there it is, my tape measure. They're just over 1 inch this way, and then just over 1 inch this way. I don't see a maker's mark. The little pad right there is very clean, which tells me these must be new, or at least like new. So it looks like they could use a wipe down, so maybe they have been worn, but were very well taken care of. So those are pretty. So, and to conserve my, well, no, I'm not going to conserve bags with that. We'll say number 9 for the gold tone ones. And we'll do those for $3. And then number 10 will be the silver tone ones, and those also will be $3. And there is some wear on those wires, actually, now that I'm looking closer. So I'm just going to put those into craft. This is Duplays. I haven't seen that brand in a long time. I know we have the mate to this. I found it in the, I don't know, in the last video or maybe earlier in this video. We'll find it later. Another Monet. That's a nice one. I hope it has a mate. Okay, I know we have the mate to this. Okay, that's going to go into craft. Okay, that's interesting. I'll put that in craft. We have the mate to this also. Okay, let's check this out. This is a gold tone ring. Let's see, this is cute. That's pretty. So lots of things for me to make charms out of. I know we have the mate to this. Lots of things to make charms out of if there aren't mates. Okay, here is this one. And this is glass, or is it some kind of stone? Let's see. I'm off camera just using the gem eye real quick. Okay, that's glass. So this is like an eggplant, like a deep purpley aubergine with a little pink rhinestone. They definitely need cleaning up. Unbranded. They have a nice weight. They feel like quality. The length from the top of the hook to the bottom is about 1.5 inches. Those are very, very pretty. And they're going to be number 11. And we'll just do those for $4. They're really, really pretty. Okay, there's the mate to that little button that was missing a stone earlier. Okay. Something else for the ring. There's another Monet. Lots of wear here, but look how precious. That's gorgeous. I may find some little pearls to stick in there and do something else with that. That's going to go into my craft stuff. Little butterfly with pave rhinestones. That's pretty. Nice geometrical look. Oh, it's broken. That'd be a nice item for somebody to craft with. Little acrylic stone in that. Okay, we have the mate to this. It's got several dings, but not bad. Monet, where is it? Right here. There's no wear. There's a little sort of imperfection right there. It doesn't look like wear so much as it looks like it could have happened in the manufacturing because the gold tone goes down into it. About 1 inch square. Number 12. And the Monets are here. I'm going to clean these up and get the hairspray and stuff off of those. And we'll just do those for $4. Okay, this, oh, we had one of these in the last video right here because I had a broken, one of the beads was broken. Actually, it looks like maybe 2 of the beads are broken. So I set that aside because that's actually gemstone. So I'm going to set this one aside also. Here's the mate to the little maple leaves, which I think was Monet. Yeah. Where is that one? I'm not going to spend a long time hunting because I don't want to make you sit through that. There we go. So let's bring out Erlene. Okay, here's the maple leaves. Those are gorgeous. Look at the details. and you know, they dangle. Well, these bottom two dangle. The top one and the second one do not. The length on these is right at 2 inches. Those are beautiful. And honestly, they look like they could be new. Let's see, these are going to be $5. More rings. I'm just going to kind of pull those aside right now. How cute. Little dangly heart. And that says something on the back. I'll check that out if we find a mate. And then here is this one that I'm not really sure if it's Juliana, because the puddling there and the settings, because of the way these settings look, these are definitely vintage. Let's see, here's the mate to that. I'm going to research these some more. Okay, that's pretty. And no worries about that green. I can definitely take care of that. This is coral. Hopefully that has a mate. Okay, here's a nice little stud. This is pretty. I don't see any marks on it. Let's look on the sides of that screw back. Sort of bent out of shape a little bit. It's a pretty stone. Actually, I think we got the mate to this in the last video. Here is a screw back, vintage. Don't know what kind of design that is. Okay, this one we got in the last video. And this is missing a stone, but I believe we got this in the last video also. Put that into craft. Here's a little swirled enamel, the silver tone setting. Another ring. Let's see, this is another little stud earring, but the setting is different. Little clippy. Lots of backs that need earrings to go with them. Candy canes. And the last one, we got a little box of chicken nuggets on an earring. What have we here? Sort of gunmetal, or either tarnished sterling. See something else for our ring lot. Little cat. Here's a little piece of a clippy. Okay, this is that other Monet. I'll have to find that later. And this was in the last video also, I think. There's going to be lots to go back and try to match up. Okay, we just found the mate to this a few minutes ago. Let's see, this little heart cascade also was one that we had found yesterday. And this open heart. Little textured, let's see, Napier, I think is what that says. Enamel, not well done enamel. Oh my goodness, it's Monet. That's surprising. So maybe maybe it was well done and that's just a ding on it. We'll have to take a look at that later. Okay, I remember this one. Here's the mate to the Napier. Okay, all of these rings are going to go into the ring lot. Here's a little cross, unbranded, with little rhinestones in it. Okay, here's something that looks like it needs to be tested. I don't see a mark on it though. And then I found the mate to it. So those are pretty. Needs to be polished up and cleaned up. But we'll do those. Number 14. Those have a nice look. Some things try to look like sterling but fail miserably, and some do a decent job. These do a decent job of emulating sterling. Oh, where's Earlene? There we go. That's how that would look when you wear it. Those are beautiful. Okay, this is just going to craft. See, this one's going to craft too. There's a whole bunch of wear on that one. I think we already saw the mate to this and sent it to craft earlier. And here's the mate to this one. I think that goes beyond verdigris. That looks like a bunch of corrosion. I think we'll just need to dispatch those. Another ring. Let's see, here's a little armadillo. Let's see, where's my stone? Here, little turquoise chips or some kind of chips down in there. I'm just going to throw him into craft. Nothing wrong with him. He's in perfectly great condition. Oh, here's our other little bow. Okay, and they're oriented this way, so the bow would hang like this when you wear it. Let's put that onto Earlene. Look at that. Those are absolutely adorable. They're about an inch long. These cute little sweet bows. And they're sterling. They say sterling right here on the back. The dog is going crazy. Maybe you can hear that. He's going crazy because the mail carrier just drove up the street. Okay, I didn't get a good scratch, I don't think. I see a few little flakes. Let's give that another try. And this says something on the back of the screw as well. I didn't see that before. Okay, there we go. Yes. Very, very sterling, which I don't know if you can be very sterling. If you're more than 925, which is the purity of the silver. If it's more than 925, it's just called fine silver. So those are absolutely gorgeous. Let me see what's on the back of that screw. It also just says sterling right there on the back of the screw. But these are in great condition. They just need a little wipe down. I won't polish them up because some people want their patina on there, so I'm not going to remove that. But I will give them a little wipe down and make sure they're clean for you. But those are gorgeous. And they are number 15. And we're going to do those for $10. Those are going to list for $20 if they don't sell here. So here's some fries to go with the chicken nuggets we've gotten before. Okay, oh, and here's the mate to that. This is pretty. How does it go? Oh my goodness, it's like put together backward. Oh no, it's not. This is how it goes. Okay. So these are Monet, little brushed gold tone door knocker style. Lots of Monet in this lot. Okay, look at this. This is Monet. Very 80s style there with the gold tone and enamel sort of swirls like that. I don't think I've gotten one like that yet. So I don't think that's a mate. Okay, here's a little pair that I'm going to put together with these little hearts. I'm going to lot those and see if there's others that will go in that same lot. Okay, little spider web. Okay, this we actually came up with before, so I know this is a mate. This is a pretty little heart. Okay, we had the mate to this. Those are really pretty. A little rhinestone earring. Let's see, here's some little beads. I think there was a mate to this one. And they're just little silver tone leaves with the veins in them. And here comes the lovely Erlene. So that's how that looks on. Those are really pretty. Very classic, very classy, understated. This is number 16. These little leaves, I'm just going to do those for $6. So let's see what else we have here. Here's a little pin that looks like some kind of maybe video game symbol or something. It's pretty fairly scratched up. I'll put that in craft. This is probably a faux pearl. And okay, I know we have the other one of these. Let's see, this is a faux pearl, which is missing paint. No, that's just some schmutz. Okay, this is not gold because I can see a little bit of copper on it. There's the mate to it. We have a mate to this. I'll find that, but I remember seeing that earlier. Here's another one of our little rings for our ring lot. That's a pretty large ring lot. Here's another one that's missing its stone. And, oh, look, we have a little pair right here, so let's check these out. We'll bring the gem-eye in. And let's see what we have. Okay, we have something. Touched metal with that. Let's try again. Well, okay, let's see if we can give another try and keep a steady hand. Well, that's just not going much of anywhere. There we go. Okay, so it looks like we have amethyst. So let's test the back. Just to confirm that mark. And then we'll test the earring. There we go. And yeah, we're seeing some blue. I didn't really get a good scratch, but I can see the blue turning right there, and definitely right here. I got a better scratch for the earring than for the back, but they're both lighting up blue. Little amethyst sterling earrings. Let's see, this is about just over 1/4 of an inch long and about the same wide. Just cute little open hearts with amethyst right there in the middle. You got these high settings that are open on the side to let light come through and really maximize the sparkle of the gemstones. Those are number 17, and we are going to do those. We're going to do those for $10. Okay, here we have, I think that's going to be faux pearls. Yeah, so faux pearls, little gunmetal. This looks like something I need to test. So there's some blue, sort of glittery. It looks like goldstone, but obviously it's not gold. This ear wire looks like it needs testing. So I am going to put this in my craft supplies. This is pretty, and I think I saw a mate to this. Yeah, right there. Let's see. This looks like something maybe from Claire's or so. I do remember seeing one of these, so I know we have a mate to this one. Here's another one, I think, for our ring lot. It's a pretty sizable ring lot. So we have a bow or a butterfly, I can't really tell. And I think we had that, I think that's a mate. And I know, there it is, I know we have this one. So these are Monet, I think, yeah. These are gorgeous little Monet clips. Whoops. See, here they are. This is the right setup. This is the way these go. Let's bring over Erlene. There we go. Oh, falling off. There we go. I didn't have it clipped on all the way. Pretty, they're kind of this creamy color enamel and then this faux tortoise colored enamel over gold tone. About 3/4 or so of an inch long, and the same across the widest part right there. These are going to be number 18. And we'll do those for, let's do those for just $5. Okay, here's just a little cross gold tone with some rhinestones. It appears to be new. I could not find the mark, or I couldn't read it clearly, but I think it just said Avon on there. So this is about an inch long, little dangly cross. We'll see if it has a mate. This is another one for our ring lot. This is let's see, this has a mark on it, but I don't have my magnifier over here. I think it says Emmons, which I haven't seen an Emmons in a while. We have a mate to this. I remember coming across it earlier. So I'll have a separate video to mate all of these up. This one is a Coro and it's broken right there. And I think we had the mate earlier that was missing a stone. So that'll go into the craft lot. This, we can take care of that amount of verdigris. These are vintage and maybe antique. Those are black glass set in brass, and they are screwbacks. Let's see, what is this? Little pendant. Oops. I don't see any marks on it. We'll test that little stone right there. Really quick off camera. Yeah, that's a little glass stone. So this is going to be gold tone. And the stone actually is a little cloudy. So we'll put that in the craft lot also. See, lots of tone loss here. Let's see, and we have a faux pearl here. Winding down to the end, here's the mate to the little candy canes. I just put that in the earring lot. I'm not sure what this is. Here's a little acrylic stone. A little single setting. And we'll see what this is. Okay, that is just glass. Let's see, this one is probably sterling, and I know it has a mate. I remember seeing that one. And this looks a little bit familiar. And there we go. This last little pair here. So I'll just put those into the lot. And then we have a loose earring hook there. Now here I have a few loose, very tiny rhinestones that I might be able to use, because I have something coming up where Pat from Pat Garza, she has sent me some of her own personal jewelry to repair. She included some extras for me, some craft materials and things like that. So I know from some of the repairs, some tiny rhinestones are needed. So I'm going to hold these potentially to use in some of those repairs. So we have right now 18 items. I'm going to pull in a few other items to round this out to 30. And here we go. First, if you saw my last, which the day I'm recording this is the same day I put up that short, my last surprises at the thrift store, which you would have seen on February 2nd on that Monday. This is one of the items shown in that. This is not one of the surprises, but it's shown in that video. These are really nice. They have very little wear, no tone loss. Just these pretty textured large ball beads. Let's see where my tape measure is. I really like these. They're fun. They're very just fun looking. They're about 2 inches long. The bead here is about 1 inch across. And let's bring over Earlene to show you what they look like. Those are just really fun. I love those. Okay, so there those are. Gorgeous little ball studs. Or not, why did I say ball studs? Large ball beads. They're not little ball studs by any means. They are going to be number 19. And we're going to do those for $5. Those are nice and new. They feel like quality. Well, I said new. They are like new, I would say. I think they have been worn. You can see like a little makeup on them right there, which, you know, they'll be clean when you get them. But they feel like quality. They are clips. They're not super heavy, but they're heavy enough that they don't feel cheap. I didn't see a maker's mark on them or anything like that, though, but they do feel like really nice earrings. So it's number 19 for $5. Number 20, these are also from that video, that surprises at the thrift store. These I just thought were gorgeous. These are acrylic stones on here. And this is probably, I don't know, maybe pewter, maybe silver tone. There's no wear, no tone loss. But look at the back. There's this detail on the back where this, I guess, tree branch looks kind of like, it's oriented to look kind of like a peace sign. And then you have all these little flourishes and these floral motifs on there. The little beads along the edges for detail. And they're kind of thick. These look like they could be new. And I'm judging that because of these little silicone backs that are still on there. And just the brightness of the, I don't know if I should even call it silver tone. It looks like it might be pewter, but zero tone loss. And just really, really pretty, and love, love, love the detail. I mean, that's the back. I just think it's really special when there's detail on a part of something that isn't even really going to be seen. It's just something for whoever owns the piece to know it's there. So this is number 20. And we're going to do these also for $5. These look and feel like quality. And they're just gorgeous. I couldn't find a maker's mark on them, but they're beautiful. So number 20 for $5. These are some more that are just fun. These really, really bright rhinestones. Oh, let me look. These could be crystal. It moves up into the glass section on the gem eye. So you have these gunmetal settings with very light surface scratching, a little bit of chain tassel, and they're long, 3 inches long. I dropped my tape measure. Okay, so these are light. They don't feel super cheap, but they're light enough where you can wear them without it feeling really heavy on your ear. And there they are. That's how that would look when you wear it. There we go. Those are really pretty. And again, these are some like those textured gold tone large beads. They're just fun. And a little bit refined really for these, I think. Well, for that matter, those little gold tone, large gold tone beads. Those are kind of refined and fun at the same time also. So we got a number 21 here, and we're just going to do those for $4. Okay, and these are all the things that you would have seen in that surprises at the thrift store. So now I'm going to show you two things. Just two? I thought there was more than two that I would show you from that. Oh yeah, three. Three things I'm going to show you from my local thrift store, which doesn't frequently have good jewelry, unfortunately. So these are good kind of sterling fakers. Now they're not, I'm not calling them fakers as in they're purporting to be sterling, and they're not. I'm just saying they have a nice look of sterling, but they're definitely just silver tone. This is Premier Designs. These nice dangles. You've got this kind of scroll work, and then this sort of shield pattern here. The length on these is about 1.5 inches. And they look like sterling with a little patina on them. I don't see any copper showing through, no tone loss. That's on that one. Let's look at the other one also. Yeah, I don't see anywhere any tone loss. There's the Premier Designs mark on that one. So yeah, at this local thrift store, they cut up little pieces of the little foam trays that you get from the meat department at the grocery store. They actually get clean ones donated to them from a little local grocery store, and they cut those up and use them to display their jewelry, which I always thought was pretty pretty interesting, I guess. So we're out of the smaller bags. This is going to be 22. And the Premier Designs earrings right here, we're going to do those for, let's just do those for, I was going to say 5. Let's do those for 4. There we go. Let's quickly closing in on the end of this video. Let's see. Now we have, okay, these items were not made to go together, but they could be worn to go together because of the texture on them. I just think it would be a nice match. The tones are not exactly the same. These are a little more modern, I think, than this is. But I'm going to show you both of them. I'm not going to offer them as a set because somebody might not be interested in both. But I'm just showing you these two together in case you wanted to get both of them, because they can kind of be worn together, I think, if you don't mind the gold tones being different. So these are a Costume Classic, and I can't remember which, so I'll mark somewhere. There it is. So it's got a Monet mark in there and a patent pending in there, or either patent pending or patent number. It's hard to see it. I think it says patent pending, and it's probably a patent on the closure here on the back, I would assume. So they're really pretty. They're hoops with this ball beaded design down each side and this really nice texture on the front, and they're just sort of like rounded hoops with sort of a puffy look because of the rounded shape to them. And there they are, about just under an inch across. Let's bring over the lovely Erlene. This has been such an earring heavy box. She's been getting such a workout. Those are really classy. That's really, really nice looking. And there's no tone loss at all on these. I don't see any makeup smudges. I don't see any hairspray or anything like that. And a little bit of green right there, but I can take care of that easily. So here these are. They are Monet. I don't know if they would be vintage or not, but they're definitely very, very nice. There we go. And the Monet, let's see, I lost track. It's number 23. And we'll do those for $6. Now this necklace does not have a maker's mark on it. It is vintage. It's got this nice box clasp. Let's see which side comes out. Right there it is. And it's in great condition. It closes securely. And just a little bit of fading, I think. I think that's some dirt right there that I can get off. But that thrift store here locally generally does not have nice vintage jewelry like this. So when I see it, I get it. This can be worn so that the clasp is actually in the front, like that. Or it can be worn in the back if you'd rather just have a two-strand look. The drop length on this is pretty short. It's not choker length, I don't think, but it is pretty short. Yeah, it's a 7-inch drop on this shorter layer to the inside right here. It's a 7-inch drop. So I'm going to clean it up. Some of this that we're seeing on here may be dirt. Some of it may be a little fading, but I don't see any base metal showing through. It's just like general fading, which in this case, I think kind of enhances the look of it because it's vintage. And it's just neat to me when vintage things actually look vintage. If something is vintage and looks brand new, you know, that's something to be celebrated. But if something's vintage and looks vintage, that's, I don't know, some people really like that. See, this is going to be number 24. Have I gotten this far and I'm already? Well, sometimes I lose track when I'm only on like number 4. So at least this is number 24 before I got almost off track. So this one is, this is going to take some work. So some of the price of this one is going to be just the work that I'm going to have to put into cleaning it. I'm going to say $9 on this one. And I may actually would have only asked for, if it didn't need as much cleaning as it needs, I probably would have offered this for a little less, I suppose. But it's going to take a fair amount of work to get the dirt out of these little grooves without damaging the gold tone. So 24 for $9. And plus, I think something that's been around a while, it's just got some value to it. Okay, so that is everything from that little trip to the thrift store, to the local thrift. So now we have some items that I've made, and this will round us out. So first, I have some purse charms here. Some of these you may have seen from some Craft With Me videos that I've done in January. Some maybe not. This came from a craft lot that I had gotten, and I can't remember from whom. I'm so sorry. I think maybe Michelle at Miss Shell's Jewelry. But it's this fun necklace that has these glass or crystal beads all around, and it was a necklace. The chain was shot, But this front part that hung down, it was just this front part with chain, and the chain went up, you know, around the back. So I just took the chain off, and I was going to just put more chain on it and make another necklace, but I decided to just hang it onto this and loop it together to make a really nice bag charm or key ring. And it's got a nice weight to it. These beads just feel nice in your hand, and it's just nice and pleasantly heavy. And you've got a key ring here on the back, and then a lobster clasp to hang it on your bag. And there it is. It's really, really gorgeous. It has a nice, to me, like luxurious weight to it. It has a nice luxurious look to it as well, with all these glass or crystal beads. From the weight, I would tend to think crystal. I'm not certain on that. And from the sparkle also. Or maybe a combination of crystal and glass. So this is going to be $25. And it's going to be $8 for the bag charm. There we go. $126 will be another bag charm. I did a memory, like a memory bag chain a while back, and I thought, I saw this and actually bought this. This isn't from a craft lot or anything. I bought this because I thought it would be nice to use it as a memory bag charm. So I got one of those little mini picture frames, and how you take your picture out is you just use your fingers to slide this paper. I promise it slides out. But you slide out this paper that says mini photo frame. You don't have to take it apart or anything like that. There are these little, tiny little bumps in there, if you can see those, that sort of keep it from sliding out spontaneously. So it'll take a little bit of work, there you go, to slide it out on purpose. But there it is, and then you can use this paper as a template to cut out your picture that you want to put in there, and then just slide your picture right in. But I thought this would be a nice memory purse charm. And it hangs just like this on your purse. It's a cross with wings with little rhinestones, and it's all silver tone. It has this pretty scroll work on the bail. The picture frame has scroll work on it as well. And I just thought that was a nice sort of sentimental type of bag charm. The length on it is 5 inches. And this one, I bought these elements just so that I can not go in the hole on this project. I'm going to have to ask a little bit more on this one. I sell my bag charms for $12 generally on eBay, so I'll go by what I would list it for there. I would probably list this one for $15 on eBay. So I'll put it here for $10. A memory bag charm. Okay, okay, here's another one you would have seen in a short. I don't think that memory one, I don't think you would have seen that one in a craft with me. This one you would have. So here we are. I've gotten it kind of all twisted together. Let's see what we have going on here. There we go. So this, and I even said so in the craft with me, this, it was a pendant originally. It's heavy. And this came off of a different, like lariat style necklace. A chain tassel with different types of Rollo and curb link chain hanging off. You've got an end cap right here that's textured. It's like a flower design with petals, and then with texture on the little petals, and a textured curb chain. And there are all different tones. You have copper tones, and you have silver tones and brass tones. And there is wear on this pendant, but I intentionally included that just because for the entire feel of this particular bag charm, the mixed metals with all the different amounts of wear, and then the copper is pretty consistent around the middle here, or around the edge, and then you have the gunmetal with these little loops, and these bright, shiny rhinestones forming a halo around the bigger stone in the middle, and it all reflects back and forth. It looks like it has a lot of depth to it, a lot of sparkle. The sparkle comes from foiling on the back of the big stone in there, and then here's what the back looks like, and a little bit of the copper showing through there. In this case, I did choose that intentionally and left all of that there intentionally, just because it just, to me, enhances the look of this particular one, this particular piece. So there it is. Love that one. And again, this one has a nice luxurious weight to it also. It's going to be number 27. And this one is going to be $8. And all of these, except for that memory one, all of these will list on eBay if they don't sell here for $12. That's what I normally sell them for on eBay. And I'm considering going to one of the spring or summer craft shows here locally and set up a table and see if anybody's interested in just walking up and seeing what I do at a craft event. So this one was also in a craft with me. It was a very popular craft with me at that. So some of them just really get a lot of views, and some of them get, some get a few hundred views, some get 1,000 or more views. This is one that went over 1,000 views as of the time I'm recording this. But it's a snail chain that I shortened and attached a lobster clasp to. It had these other clips at the bottom, and there's a whole lot more to this chain, but I shortened it. And then I wired this large ceramic bead, sort of turquoise colored, and I put bead caps on the top and bottom just to make it look more professional, more finished, and just give it a nice detail. And the bead caps are textured. And then I put a silver tone head pin through there and looped it. And you can actually see how I did all of this in that Craft With Me video. The Craft With Me video actually makes it look like it took a lot less time than it did. The Craft With Me video is about, a minute or so long, I guess. This took a lot more than 1 minute. But anyway, I digress. This is, let me give you some information on it. There's not an extender, so the length is the length. The drop length on it is 9 1/4 inch. And the pendant from the top of the bail to the bottom of the bead is about 1 3/4. And I really enjoyed making this one. I really like how it turned out. I had this bead for a while and was just waiting for just the right project to use it on. So it's number 28. And we're gonna do it for $6. Now, if I don't remember the price, or even if I put a price on the short. If I did put a price on the short, just send me a screenshot of that if the price is lower than this, and I'll honor the lower price. But that's number 28. 29, this was a Craft With Me. This is a brand new Kohl's fine silver plated chain. Fine silver means, I can't remember the purity. Like when you say 925 sterling, the 925 refers to the purity of the silver. Fine silver is more pure than 925, which 925 means 92.5% silver. So this has got an 8.5 inch drop. And so 92.5% silver is sterling. Fine silver is a higher percentage than that. And I can't remember off the top of my head what that percentage is. But this is a potato pearl. It's kind of yellowish champagne color on top. The bottom part is more like a creamy white. And this is just a fine silver plated Kohl's. It says duo neck. So I wonder if maybe this used to be part of a layer, I guess. One side was longer than the other, and these links I can't open and close because they're soldered closed. You can't, you know, like twist them open and change them around. So because of that, here's where the clasp rests, a little bit to the side. Like I would have taken out a section of chain on this side and moved it over here to make the, you know, the clasp rest completely exactly in the back. But I couldn't open and close these links to do that. So that's the thing about this one, is the closure is a little bit to the side, but it'll still be on the back of your neck. And it just has this single little pearl hanging on it. And, oh, I already gave you the link on that, 8.5. So that is genuine pearl right there. This is going to be 29. So it looks like we're going to have 31 items. This is 29, and we'll do this one for $8 for this genuine pearl and this fine silver plated necklace. Chain, that is, with the clasp a little bit off on the side. Okay, number 30 is these little monogram bag charms that I am loving making so much. I bought these little initials because I thought they were so pretty. I have a few of you out there who are ladies, so whichever one of you asked for it first. So the elements here are, these are crystals from an antique chandelier, and they are hung onto this earring, and the earring is from this ring right here down to these rings at the bottom, and these little beads hang so that they're in the center of the little circles at the bottom, and then the crystals hang off the bottom of the circles. So you have the initial, and then you have from here to here an earring, and then hanging off the earring are the crystals, and that's at different lengths, so they're kind of stair-stepped there at the bottom. So when it's all hanging together, here's the effect, sort of. It's kind of hard to get it to look exactly the way it would look on when I've got it laying down. But there it is, and you have these pave rhinestones encrusting this R, and it's a puffy R with the design cut out on the back. You can see how thick that is there. Again, these are going to be a little higher because I bought these initials. So, and really, I can get these initials. So if you have a different initial than any of these that I have, let me know, and you can order one, and I'll go get your initial when I'm in that part of town, and I'll make yours for you. But this is going to be $10 for the R, brand new R monogram, and then it's upcycled with antique crystals from a chandelier, and then the earring there, and you have a key ring on the back. There's somebody who orders bag charms for me on the regular who always wants the key ring removed, so that is an option. I've never thought to mention that to anybody. If you want me to take off this key ring before I send you your bag charm, let me know, and I'll be glad to take that off for you. So this one is number 30 for $10, and our last one will be number 31, and it's another bag charm, and it's another monogram bag charm. So what we have here is an S. I have a couple of S ladies as well. This is also a, this one is glass, I think. It's also from either an antique or a vintage chandelier, but it's glass, not crystal. And then here's the puffy S, again with the cutouts on the back and the pave rhinestones there. And then new gold tone chain. This was from one of those long, like chain body bra lingerie things that's all made of chain. I took it apart and harvested all of the chain to use for other projects. And this is another piece of probably glass that I don't think these are crystal. I just liked the shape of them for this particular bag charm. And then this was an earring. you know, one of those teardrop earrings that was popular for a while. Maybe they still are, I don't know. But little teardrop, raindrop earring, has a little bit of light surface scratching. I upcycled it. It was a single. I folded up the post like that and then reinforced the base of the post to keep it nice and sturdy, and then attached it to the bottom right there of that little glass, and then attached a glass to the little initial and hook all of that to the ring, and then of course it has a key ring on the back also. So there's the S bag charm. It's, I don't think I gave you a measurement on the other one. If you need a measurement on anything that I have forgotten to measure, just let me know. So this is just over 5.5 inches long, a little S bag charm, and it is number 31. It's closing us out, and it's $10. And if you want to, I guess, commission or order a bag charm with your initial like this, I can do that for you. It will be about $10. I can't guarantee what all will go on it because it just depends on what I have, and there will be upcycled elements on it. But the color, because all of these monograms are gold tone with the white rhinestones, it'll be a gold tone bag charm because so it'll all match. But anyway, there we go, number 31 for $10, the S bag charm. And that's everything. I really appreciate you joining me. Thank you so much to everyone who watches and comments, and of course everyone who has clicked that subscribe button. And if you did enjoy the content, I ask that you would give me a thumbs up, that you would subscribe if you haven't already, that you would share it with someone else who you think might also enjoy it, and leave me a comment. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye.